Hello everyone and welcome on back to more Paving RoadCraft. So, I know we had laid out all these flags, planned on doing all this stuff to this whole area here. I don't think we can. Now, we could if we wanted to dedicate like 10 episodes to just this area, but I went all the way through like everywhere and tried to activate the sand screener truck, and I could not find a single place that would accept it. Which means, yeah, we can't get sand anywhere in here. Nowhere at all. And I only have 19 fuel, and I'd have to buy more if I wanted to do that trick with the just constantly respawning the dump truck in and out again, and that would just be a huge, tedious mess of a lot of loading scenes of teleporting the thing back and forth, and yeah, I don't think I want to do that. So we're not going to continue sunken at this point. Maybe in the future, if the developers release an update that allows the sand scraper to, work better, we'll do that. But for now, we're going to Sojourn, and I've already marked out some stuff on the map here. I will see that. But yeah, so if they add a way for you to like locate sand deposits in the sand scraper there, we'll go back to sunken at that point. Or if I get really bored and decide we can go back to it, we can try that. But for now, we're gonna set sunken aside and continue onward just for the sake of my own sanity and all that good jazz. So we're gonna start on Sojourn, which is the easiest map to do, being completely honest. So take a look. I've already positioned stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on the sand screener. That way we'll have our sand here, which will give us this entire area. So looking at the area, you'd expect there to be a lot of roads that we'd have to build, right? No. So let's start at the top up here. We have this already paved road going over here from the Sour Pub Station all the way down through here. And then over here, this already paved road that you had to do for a mission leads to the concrete plant, so that's all good. And then all of this is already paved. There's no like dirt roads here. All of this also already paved. Most of the city here already paved. Up here is already paved, except for the out bridge, but I'm not going to replace the bridge here. But all this already paved. All of that. Just a little bit of sand over the road. But here we have what looks like just a sand path leading to this cobblestone wharf area. Then we have all of this, which is also asphalt, but then it leads into the sand pit area here, which we will be doing a couple of different like branches for that area. And then also up to this radio tower, I felt we could do that just to actually have stuff to do. But not that little path back there, so that just leads to like private dwellings or whatever. But then the east, or the western side here, or I guess east, yeah, all of this already paved. Already paved. That's just sand over the already paved road. They could just plow through that. But already paved all the way down through here, down to this port. And then already paved already here to this port as well. And all that's paved. Right? Yeah, so there is this road here, which we will go ahead and add that I forgot about. Since that does lead somewhere important, we'll go ahead and pave this road, since it is currently just a dirt one. And then, going to the northern area, we have this long road that I paved by hand. It's not actually a road, it actually goes over a railroad track, but then that's fine. Then all this is already paved. Already paved here. You can see. And then I paved a little bit over here. And then all that right down this strip is already paved, but primarily right here through this oil field is not paved. So we'll be doing a little like kind of Y, like a triangular shape one here. And we're gonna go ahead and activate this sand screener, which is also in a weird spot. We're gonna have to move it when we actually want to put sand there. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing these 3 locations, and that's really all we have, because the islands don't have anything on them. They're just like deserted islands, and conveniently, basically every place that we need to pour sand is outside of the range of a sand quarry. So we're gonna start with the little one here. go from there. Probably going to be a shorter video because there's not a whole lot that I'm going to have to discuss and point out and all that stuff. But we're just going to finish this one off, and then we'll be going to the next mission next episode. So, yeah, look forward to that. I'll shut up now. Enjoy. All right, and once again, with this last little bit here, we will be done with our third map? No, fourth? I forget what we're on now, but we'll be done with Sojourn. Everything's been paved. Like I said, easy map. Everything is basically already paved to start with. It's just a couple areas here and there that are really the main issue, right? And it's just kind of connecting the north and south of the eastern side. That kind of sucks. But yeah, everything, we're done here. We paved some nice little roads here to like reconnect everything together. And other than that, there's not a whole lot to do. So we're going to go ahead and skedaddle out of Sojourn. And just to kind of pad the video for time here, we'll go ahead and take a look at our next location. And our next location is going to be, in my opinion, the hardest map that exists right now, which is Deluge, or Deluge, or whatnot, whatever you want to call it here. This one was just a complete slog for me in the main campaign. Hardest map, in my opinion. People get really stuck on Sunken, and they're like, man, that was rough. And then they hit Deluge, and it's like, god dang. At least for me, it was like, god dang. I went straight from Sunken to Deluge, though, so I had, like, the proper skill. I didn't get, like, the easy time of going to one of the desert maps after Sunken. I went straight to, the next hardest, and all that good jazz. So I've already kind of positioned some things around here. So we're going to try to do a little bit something, but let's take a look at all this area first. So this is the map. It's huge. Absolutely huge. Has a bunch of little islands, a bunch of water and flooding and stuff, because that's the name of the map. Deluge. There was a massive torrent of water and stuff like that. We're going to be doing all these little things here, not the bottom left right there, but everywhere where the trees are at. We're gonna cross through this like ocean area here, go through this little tributary looking place that's completely sunken and already filled with sand. I don't know what we're gonna do here quite yet, but the eastern area, I kind of scouted it out. We're not gonna be doing any of that up until this sand pit. There's just nothing down there of value to really warrant connecting roads to, but we're gonna try to connect through these, and then down through here. We'll remove these bridges, I think, and actually put proper roads in there. And then we'll continue up this way, connecting to this asphalt road, and then we'll go from this asphalt road over here to the bridge, and then from this bridge down to the bridge to the south, and then also over here to the Fisherman's Isle area. And then I'm just checking to see anything there, but then we'll go to the, area over here. And then we have the concrete facility exit. We have a little couple of roads up here, and then we'll cut through this boggy area up to this bridge, then over to the sawmill, and then from the sawmill we'll come down to the harbor port area over here, and then slide over here to the railway station. And then some of this is already done, as you can see. There's not much else here. Go to this area. In here we might go to like right there in the quarry. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Since it's a quarry, we don't want to pave a whole bunch of it, right? Since they'll be using heavy machinery and cutting away anyway. But I think we'll go maybe down here. I do see this like gate down to the south with a sand pit there, so we might do like a entire road down there. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, and then we have just to the right of this base, there's this kind of unpaved path. It's going to go down to that area. There is this stuff here, but it only goes to these power lines, which don't really need access currently, since I already rebuilt them. There's also this pumping station, which we might do a road here for. That's something that might need regular maintenance. And then there's this road here, which I don't think is necessary. It's kind of like a side trail, but if we can get a good road, sand there, we might do it. There's also that little bit there, and then this little bit right there that connects up to here and goes over to the dam that way. So there's plenty of area to go through and take a look at, but our sand coverage is quite light. Luckily, it seems to be in places that we're going to need it, which is good. Or there's a lot like in the north and this huge section in the middle that's not here. So it's gonna be a mess. But for now, we're gonna start down here. I'm going to kind of try to do this whole little first initial island area just to see how it goes. So that'll be what's happening next time, and we'll go from there. So, till then, yeah.